Hey, you guys, it is Monday afternoon. Mary Jo and I have decided that we have to take turns watching over Marge. She wants to get out of bed. She has gotten up and been sitting on the side of her bed a couple of times when she was unattended. Now, here's some crazy crap, you all. I'm sorry, I get mad. There's a law, I guess, in California, I don't know about anywhere else, but there's a law against restraining people. Okay, I get that. If you or I were in a hospital bed, of course, we would not want to be restrained. Our brain is working, at least mine's working a little bit, but people who have dementia and Alzheimer's like Marge do not understand that they cannot get out of bed. If she puts weight on that leg, it could mess up everything they've done. You cannot get through. Marge, you can tell her, sweetie, you cannot get out of bed yet. You have got to heal your hip. She gets that for about 5 seconds. Darn it, you guys. There have to be cases like hers that they need to be. I'm not talking about tying her wrists and tying her ankles to the bed. I'm talking about maybe a wide, soft band across her middle that would allow her to sit when the bed is raised, but just not get out of the bed. Now, the other way that they cannot restrain people, do any of you remember when they used to have like the long, bars, I guess you would call them, that the hospital beds had those and they could raise them and lower them like you do a crib. Those are against the law. You can only have a short piece of that at the head of the bed or a short piece at the foot of the bed. We talked to somebody at the skilled nursing where she was. And we explained to them that we had found her twice sitting on the edge of the bed. What's going to happen if she's not being watched and she stands up on that leg, falls, her shoulder's broken on the same side? She would be crippled, maybe for life. Now, you guys, I don't get that crap. I don't get it one bit. So if you guys live in California and you get to the point where you think you're going to fall and break something, you better get the hell out of here. That's all I can say. Even with the family's full consent, you cannot keep your loved one safe. My response was, I guess we should have her healed in a mental institution where it's okay to strap people down. How stupid is that? I'm sorry, you guys. Here's another scenario I ran in today. I went out in the hallway to take some trash out. There was a little tiny lady, less than 5 foot tall, maybe weighed 85 pounds. I don't know. She was tiny. She was not crippled in any way. She wasn't limping. She didn't have any physical problems that I could see. She was confused, and she had a very thick Scottish accent. She was trying to tell people what she wanted. Everyone else just walked off and left her standing there. One couple just were trying to ignore her and get into the stairway. They were going upstairs, and our elevators are blocked because they're doing all this painting and stuff. Anyway, the man gave her a disgusted look. May he develop the problems that she's having. Now, that's not Christian. And I know it. And I'm sorry, Lord. I couldn't get through to her, you guys. I kept trying to talk to her and figure out what it was that she needed. The only thing I could do was take her over to the offices in the other building. I hefted her up into my van. It scared her to death. We could not walk over there. It was 91 degrees outside. So I drove her over there, helped her to get out of my van. If she had fallen, I could have caught her. Now, we might both have landed on the ground, but it had to be done. I took her into the office. They recognized her right away. I explained what happened, and they were just nodding. They were just nodding. They knew her. I said, please, can you take care of this lady? I don't know what she wants. I don't know what she needs. But she was in our building wandering around, trying to get someone to help her. And they said, she used to live in that building, but she lives over here now. And I said, will you guys please take care of her? They said yes. I no sooner got into my van than one of the ladies opened the outside door for her and let her out. She took off down the sidewalk, headed back over to our building. I said, I'm not understanding. And they said, well, it's just part of what she does. I could have choked that woman. I'd be in prison. Who cares? You guys could write to me through PayPal. It's 94 now. She was out on the street by herself, obviously mentally incapacitated. I was almost in tears. I got back over here, checked the temperature with the weather, and then I called the police. I called 911. I explained everything to them and asked them, please try to locate this lady. And maybe if you take her back to the office, they will pay more attention. I'm scared to death she's going to have a heat stroke or get hit by a car. But at least she was staying on the sidewalks. Now, you guys, if I were managing that building and I had a resident with those problems, the first thing I would do is contact family members. And I would tell them, I'm sorry, but we cannot take care of your mom. We are not assisted living. We're not memory care. You guys have to figure out something for her. And then if they didn't do anything, I would have to contact social services because my conscience would not let me allow her to be out wandering by herself in this heat even. Where's the compassion in that? Where's the caring? I don't get it, you guys. I understand they can't lock her in her apartment. That, again, would be restraining someone who could get hurt. She carries a big black purse. Now, any thug that saw this frail little woman would know she was easy pickings. They could run by, snatch her purse. That would knock her to the ground. You get my drift, you guys. It's unconscionable. Now, of course, when the police do a wellness check or they're out trying to find somebody that needs help, they don't contact the caller that initiated the search. I went outside a couple of times and I was looking for her again to make sure that she was not in the heat. You guys, I don't know what the solution is, but it is not to let these people that are mentally incapacitated possibly do great injury to themselves. Now, that's the end of this rant, you guys, but I couldn't help it. This is not why I started making a video. I'm going to turn this camera off, and then I'm going to make the one that is happier. You guys do something fun today, and just watch this next video. And be aware. Be aware of where you live. Get information on how these things are handled. Now, I agree, it is not right to strap somebody in a wheelchair and let them urinate all over themselves. I have seen that in government nursing homes. I've seen terrible things. But this is a matter of them doing great injury to themselves. Be aware, you guys. I'm not trying to be a bummer. I want you guys to do some research and figure this out before you're faced with this problem for a family member or for possibly yourself. I love you guys. Thank you for loving me back and supporting me. Talk to you in about 2 minutes. Bye now.